Everyone. In the previous video, we have seen about the microbial interaction, that is microbe-microbe interaction. In this video, we will see about the plant microbial interactions. Introduction. Plants and the microbes have a variety of interactions. They may be pathogenic, symbiotic, or associative. These all the types of interaction will have impact on the plant's productivity, its growth, its resistance towards disease, etc. The plant microbe interaction may also be created in order to overcome the negative effects, and it can help in the improvement of yield of the crops. The types of plant microbe interactions are PGPM, that is plant growth promoting microorganism, and the second one is PGIM, that is plant growth inhibiting microorganisms. First, we will see about the plant growth promoting microorganisms. They are the group of microorganisms that colonize in the rhizosphere and they benefit the root growth. That is, they will colonize near the roots of the plant and they will help in the development of the plant that by increasing the growth of the root. It will also enhance the plant growth and also increases the yield through various plant promoting substances. They can also be used as biofertilizer, which will be very effective, and they will reduce the use of chemical fertilizers. First one is Rhizobium is the mutualistic symbiotic bacteria which are found in association with legume plants. Here you can see the picture of Rhizobium. They help in nitrogen fixation for plants in specific root structures called nodules. These rhizobium are gram-negative bacteria and they convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia by using the nitrogenase enzyme, and they provide organic nitrogenous compounds such as glutamine to the plants. These rhizobium can be used as biofertilizer, which will help in the growth of the plant and also increase the yield. It is not harmful to the environment as well. The second one is Azotobacter. This is the picture of Azotobacter. These Azotobacter are free-living diazotropic bacteria and they are strictly aerobic. It helps in the plants in nitrogen fixation, but they will be non-symbiotic by converting the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. It also synthesizes some biologically active substances like auxins, which will help in stimulating the plant growth. These azotobacter are also used as biofertilizer by mixing with compost or soil or the carrier materials. These are the examples for the biofertilizer. The next one is azospirillum. This picture we can see azospirillum. These are gram-negative, non-fermentative and nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Most of the azospirillum are anaerobic, but few aerobic species can also be found. It promotes the plant growth by mechanism of tolerance of abiotic stresses, that is called induced systemic tolerance, which is mediated by antioxidants, osmotic or adjustment, production of phytohormones and also defense strategies. This is the example for biofertilizer of azospirillum. The next one is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza are the type of fungi. It is a symbiotic association between green plant and fungi. The plant prepares food and it will provide that food to the fungi, and in turn fungi supplies water and mineral nutrients from the soil to the plant. They are important particularly in assisting the host plant with the uptake of phosphorus and nitrogen, which are very helpful for the plant growth. They also increase the plant tolerance to a different environmental stresses. The mycorrhiza plays very important role in soil aggregation process which will stimulate the microbial activity. It is mycorrhiza fungi. The next one is actinorrhiza. Actinorrhiza are symbiotic association of plant with the nitrogen fixing actinomycete. This forms nitrogen fixing root nodules. It is found in the group of angiosperm majorly. These are aerobic gram positive actinomycetes, which are diazotropic bacteria that can induce nitrogen fixation. Here we can see the actinorrhiza, that is in the first it will be formed in the cortex region. Next they will enter into the pericycle and then nodule primordium. Next we will see about the plant growth inhibiting microorganisms. These are the group of microbes which will suppress the growth of the plants. They may include organisms which can cause diseases in plants also, or which may inhibit the growth by not allowing the uptake of nutrients from the soil. The first example for this is Fusarium oxysporum. Here we can see the picture of Fusarium. It is an actinomycete fungi which transmits through the soil and through the vascular wounds in the plant material. This majorly affects the legume plants, cucurbits, tomato plant, banana, and many Solanaceae family members also. This causes wilting, necrosis, premature leaf drop, browning of vascular system, and sometimes forms stunted growth. This causes great yield loss and it affects economically. The next example is Agrobacterium tumefaciens. This is the picture of Agrobacterium. These are the gram-negative soil bacteria, soil plant pathogenic bacteria, and it is known to cause the disease called crown gall disease in plants, which leads to the formation of tumors. It naturally infects the plant at wound sites, causing the disease by transferring tDNA from the bacteria to the host plant. This tumor inducing TI plasmids is used in genetic engineering as a cloning vectors in plants. So, please do subscribe the channel and share this information. Thank you.